Hello and welcome to the review on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. Let's take a look at Samsung's most powerful phone yet. The phablet was coined by Samsung in 2011 with the original Galaxy Note. With every year, we see new features and even new surprises. This year is no exception, so let's take a look at it. We're used to seeing a bump in screen size every year, but the Note 4 sticks with a 5.7-inch screen from last year. Instead, there was a bump in screen resolution, which has a whopping 1440 by 2560 pixels, beating the resolution of the iPhone 6 Plus and matching that of the LG G3. There are 515 pixels per inch, which begs the question, can you tell the difference? The real answer is no, but just think about the bragging rights you have with all those pixels in your hand. What the high pixel density means is that everything on the screen is crystal clear. Gaming is beautiful and easily one of the best experiences on a phone, not only thanks to the display, but due to the hardware powering the device. Inside is a Snapdragon 805 chip and the Adreno 420. If that means nothing to you, that's fine, because ultimately it means that the Note 4 has the most powerful chipset of the year, and it shows. Everything opens and plays smoother than ever before. I tried to put it through its paces with Rail Racing 3 and Bombshells, and I was not let down by it at all. Navigating around the phone is smooth. It runs Android 4.4.4 with the promise of getting Android 5 as soon as possible. TouchWiz is still around, but you can tell Samsung have been putting a lot of time into it. The bloatware was minimal, but the apps you did get pre-installed were quite useful. Also, TouchWiz is a lot better than it used to be. Their apps have been redesigned with a flatter, more modern look, which I like. But I still feel the settings app is so cluttered. There's still one thing that bothers me with TouchWiz, and that's the UI. I'm all for the design change, but why does everything look so big? Icons take up so much space on the screen. The whole point of having a larger screen is to show more content at the same time. You end up seeing the same amount of content, just larger. I really want to talk about S-Health though. I tested out S-Health earlier in the year with the Galaxy S5 and I was a little disappointed. Fortunately, things have improved. The heartbeat sensor worked a lot better this time around and I was getting more consistent readings. Whether they were right or not, I have no idea. You can check the oxygen levels in your blood as well as use the inbuilt UV sensor to find out whether you need sun cream or not. One of the biggest differences when compared to other phones is the S Pen. It got another upgrade this year, doubling the sensitivity to 2000 levels. When you take the pen out, a menu pops up where you can decide to annotate a screenshot or write a reminder for yourself later. The S Note app has so many features now and it's so powerful these days. There's now a place where you can upload your own S Pen creations to the web and there's some really cool pieces of art there too. Finally, there's the one-handed operation. As you may know, the Galaxy Note 4 is a big phone. Luckily, Samsung understand this and have implemented some really clever ways to interact with your phone in one hand. You can change the appearance of apps, so when you want to type something, the keyboard will move to one side. You can bring up a pop-up menu which allows you to navigate around the phone without using the physical buttons, and there's also the ability to shrink the whole UI down into a manageable form. The Note has a fingerprint sensor, which is also found in the S5. I thought this implementation was a lot better, especially because I wasn't spending half my time trying to unlock the device. It's also particularly useful because you can use the sensor to log into various websites, but this only works in Samsung's default browser, and you can even use it to pay for things in PayPal. We turn our attention to the back of the phone now. You'll find a 16 megapixel camera which has optical image stabilization. I was really happy with the camera and it's turning into an all-round decent camera with many features. I tried out the standard auto function as well as the panorama and selective focus, all of which gave impressive results. It's probably not the best camera on a phone, but there isn't really anything bad about it. The video is also impressive. It can record 4K video at 30 frames a second, or you can choose to record in full HD at 60 frames. The front camera also has a bump in resolution. It's now 3.7 megapixels. It's a lot better than the previous model and it's relatively better in low light too. The Note 4 requires a micro SIM card and has internal storage of 32GB, but this can be expandable to 128GB. The battery has also increased slightly to 3220mAh, but most of the battery improvements are software based and it's really brilliant. I gamed for 2 hours straight on this thing and the battery counter only went down to around 80%. If you do manage to use up all your battery, you can get 50% of juice with only 30 minutes of charge, thanks to Fast Charge 2.0. There are a few other things. The phone has built-in NFC, the newest spec of Bluetooth, and an IR blaster for control your TV. You'll also find a gyroscope, proximity, and a compass. And that's it! The Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is a powerhouse. If it's not the best phone of 2014, then it's certainly one of the best. I think I would happily give it 10 out of 10, but I still think TouchWiz could do with some more improving. But overall, I can't fault the device and I recommend it even if you're unsure with larger phones. Stay tuned as I will do a comparison between the Note 4 and 3 later on. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.